A lot that I want to tell you about today. I know you all want to hear about how Sonny Franzese approved to have me whacked. What does whack mean? It means put me down. So I will get into that. But before I do, I got to tell you how grateful I am for so many people who did not listen to me. Yeah, I am very grateful because I should not even be here today. I almost came close to be lying on the floor there, unalive. What happened, folks, was a few weeks ago I fell in the kitchen. Thank God I had my dishwasher door was open and I fell on that, broke my fall, so I didn't hit my head, but I was banged up badly. I passed out for a couple minutes on the floor. I got up, I was bleeding like crazy from here. I just went and I put band-aids on. I was tired. I got in bed. All I wanted to do was sleep. I figured, for a couple of days, I'll be up and running and I'll be okay. See, folks, I'm Italian, 100%. My grandparents come from Calabria. You know what they say about Calabrians? They say we have the hardest heads in the world. And I got to tell you, folks, I got the hardest head in the world. And it was maybe sleeping for like 4 or 5 days. Spoke to George Gallo, my friend, writer, director. Told him I wasn't feeling well. He said, I'm going to call Anthony. Anthony's my son. I said, George, don't call Anthony. I don't want to bother nobody. I'll be okay. I said, promise me you won't call Anthony. He said, yeah, okay. And he hangs up. And he tells his wife, Julie. And Julie tells him, you call Anthony right now. And he did. And my son was here within minutes. I even convinced him, I'll be okay. Dad, I gotta take you to the hospital. No, I'll be okay. Let me sleep. Well, the next day he was here again. And he said, you're going to the hospital. Folks, my heart rate was one sitting down, 158, beating like crazy. So I ended up having a surgery, arterial fibrillation. Invasive 3 to 6 hour procedure that creates tiny scars in the heart to block faulty electrical signals causing irregular rhythm. Needless to say, that's the procedure I had. And I had it done at Cedar Sinai Hospital here in Beverly Hills. And folks, I gotta tell you, at the end of my shows, I tell everybody, do something nice and be kind to others, and that it will come back to you. Well, I'm going to tell you, I met the kindest, nicest people at Cedar Sinai. And folks, this is for nurses, all healthcare professionals throughout the world. You take them for granted. Folks, these are the folks that kept me alive. Everybody thinks it's the doctors. No, these are the people who do all the work for the doctors. they're in your room. One nurse has got to take care of 10, 11 patients. They come in, they got to take your blood, check your vitals, get your urine, get your poop, get this, get that. And folks, every one of them has got a smile on their face. And they make you happy that they're doing it. Folks, these are people that come from all over the world. They're U.S. citizens, yes. You know, their parents, grandparents, just like mine, yours, come from other places. Different colors, different nationalities, everything. But they all got a common denominator. They care. Folks, I can't begin to tell you how much I love these people, all these nurses, the guys that transport you, and everybody at Cedar Sinai Medical Center. Because without them, I would not be here today. And I wanted to say that there. A lot of people already thought I was dead. I could see a lot of people unsubscribe. So, folks, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And I want to thank all of you who come here to support me all the time. All my love and respect to you. Folks, do not forget these people in the healthcare profession. They are overworked and underpaid. Yes, the doctors get the big money. But if a doctor comes and sees you, and if he's in your room when he comes to see you for 90 seconds or longer, that's a big thing. Okay? Because they come in, they look at you, and they leave. No conversation, no nothing. Nothing. I don't even know why they come. It's the nurses. Those are the people to do everything for those doctors. The doctors are smart. They know what to look for and all that. Don't get me wrong. Thank you, Dennis. Eli. I look nice today. Thank God. A lot of people are not coming in today. So, folks, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Spado. I'm known as the Accidental Gangster. If you want to support me, you should be purchasing my book here, The Accidental Gangster. Learn about me, who I am, some of the things that I have done in my lifetime. I guarantee you, you could live 100 lifetimes and not done, seen, or heard things that I had in my lifetime. Folks, I was indicted in 2008 on a Colombo crime family indictment. There were two main informants. Everybody wants to say Johnny Franzese. Johnny Franzese was really not the main informant here. The main informant was Gaetano Furtado, known as Guy Furtado. And thank you, Matt. You survived a heart attack. God bless you, my friend. So it was Guy Furtado. Guy Furtado was actually an informant for the DEA for many years until the DEA got finished with him. And then he went to the FBI. And that's where he got close with Sonny Franzese because he met Sonny in prison. one time. And Sonny trusted this guy to no ends. Sonny guaranteed this guy. After somebody came and told me, and I went to tell Sonny. I said, nobody, this guy's good. He's the best. I'm proposing him. All this here. So, what do? You take Sonny's word. After all, that's Sonny Franzese we're talking about. A legend in their line of organized crime. The underboss of the Colombo crime family. Yeah, that's what we're talking. He guaranteed Guy Furtado. For those of you, a lot of you watch Michael Franzese, and I got to tell you something. I watched the show that Michael did talking to FBI agents and other law enforcement people. And I'm going to say this about Michael, okay? You know, Michael and I, we had a big grudge against each other. We buried that hatchet, folks. So get past that there, okay? But Michael did tell them something very astute, which happens, and people don't understand. You see, an informant is just like a cop once you become an informant. And Sonny sent Guy Furtado out here because he kept saying me and Guy could make a lot of money together because I was a moneymaker. And at the same time, a young Jamaican boy they used to handle who was big in the drug business, he got arrested. He had $500,000 on the streets back in New York. His wife came here with the Mexicans, and Guy Furtado was there sitting on my couch. I called the guys who owed the money, the $500,000. They had 100 grand ready. Furtado says, somebody pick that up right away. Yeah, he did. And that's the only money I saw or anybody else saw. A part of that money. Okay. Nope. Collected it all. The FBI. Yep. While Furtado's here, he's telling the Mexican he wants 50 kilos every 2 weeks. Saying he's got the truck, he could transport to New York. Starts talking about all the money. Well, these guys ain't going to put 50 kilos out there on the cuff until their other money's collected. So there was no deal. But he kept saying everything's got to go through Ori. Everything was Ori. He kept mentioning my name. Folks, if you haven't, please share the room. Let people know that I'm back here. All right? Subscribe, like, do all those good things. Okay? That you could for me. I appreciate all your love and support. Trust me, I do. Oh, look, I shouldn't even be doing this one today, but I wanted to share that with you. Let's get back in. Now, Guy Furtado, when he leaves here, he goes to New York, he talks with the acting captain, Michael Carapano, and tells him all the money they're going to make on this deal every 2 weeks with Ori. Folks, there is no deal. It's all created by the informant with the FBI. They created this. Michael talked about it. Michael Franzese did, and asked them why they are allowed to come in and set somebody up on charges. The FBI do that. You don't think they do? They do. And I listened to Michael. Can't remember if I left a comment, but I was one of the people he was talking about. They set me up on a deal that I never would do. I was not in cocaine business. Okay? And never would be. I should have, could have made a hell of a lot of money, that's for sure. But I was not. That was not my business. Did I sell weed? Yes, I sold a lot of weed. I had a lot of weed transported to New York from Arizona. But no, I'm sorry, folks, what happened here? We still here? Only got 13 people here today. I should have stayed in bed. Needless to say, folks, okay, the deal wasn't happening. Michael Carapano keeps asking Furtado, the informant, where's the money? And Furtado said, Ori must have done the deal and he's not cutting us in. Michael gets pissed. He goes to Sonny. They think I'm stealing the money. Yeah, you're not supposed to be in the drug business. Forget that shit, okay? It's all bullshit, all right? That's all bullshit when you hear that the mafia is not involved in drugs. If you believe that, I got some swampland in Florida that I want to sell you. Okay? Trust me, they are one of the biggest money makers that there is. So when I hear these stories, nah, you're not supposed to be doing it. Yeah, okay. Give me a break. They didn't give a shit where the money comes from. Nobody cares. Money is money. It's green. So that's how Michael Carapano got approval from Sonny to whack Ori Spado on a deal that was non-existent. Was I pissed off at Sonny? Yeah. Did the FBI come and inform Ori Spado that there was a contract on his life? No, they did not. But yet, in the same discovery, when we had it all right, when it happened to John Gotti Jr., that Sonny Franzese voted to have him whacked, the FBI went running to him. But they didn't come to me. I didn't find this out, folks, until I'm locked up at MDC Brooklyn. That's when I found out. And that's when Sonny found out that it was not a deal. That's what. So maybe by getting an indictment, saved my life. I don't know. I don't have that answer. But I'm here. That's for sure. So I wanted to share that with you, folks, of how the FBI will take an informant and they can get anybody, any place, and get them on an illegal deal. And I was facing life in prison. Thank God the trial before that guy Furtado was so bad that the Michael Uvino trial Okay? They didn't want to use them against me. So say thank you for your service. Thank you. Hi, Wayne. How are you, buddy? It's a little slow getting people here today. Folks, the most important thing here, I'm going to be telling you a lot of stories, okay? But my question is, why didn't the FBI notify me, the Sonny, my friend of 50 years? Gave his approval to whack me. Why didn't the FBI? Well, ain't somebody protected me, that's for sure, okay? Yeah, Jennifer, I'm waiting for word from New York with an agency on whether I'm going to write another book or not. If I do, it's going to be 2 books, okay? But I'm also preparing to put together a one-man show. So that's something that I'm working on. And uh, hopefully, if it all goes well, I get this one-man show. I'll be at a theater near you someplace, and people can come and see me and hear stories from Ori that you never heard. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be coming back, folks. I won't be here every day, okay, like I was in the past. I got to think on other things that I got to do. But the most important thing I wanted to tell you folks today is that I'm grateful for all these people who were there while I was sick and in the hospital. For George Gallo for not listening to me. For his wife for telling him to call my son. Because probably if that did not happen, I more than likely would not be here to talk to you today. And I'm very grateful for Cedar Sinai, every single employee there for what they've done. All right? Who they are. Folks, you never met better people than these people that work in a health care profession. And they got all my love and respect. And Diamond Slot, how are you, buddy? Thank you, Jennifer. All right, Elevate, it's good to see you. Okay, I'm glad you caught the light. Yeah, folks, we take too many things in life for granted. Okay? We all think that it's never going to end. But you never know what could happen in a split second. Never know. Jennifer, thank you for being a member of the Gangster Circle. Thank you so much. But folks, you know, all our life, we want to work, we want money, we want something better. It's all we think about. But we never think about the other person. We never think about being nice to other people. And I tell you this every day from a man that's 81 years old. has lived a life that very few in this entire world will ever live. Has done have done things that people in the entire world will never do. As a gangster, you hear me talking about being kind to people, being nice to people. And when I say it'll come back to you, it will. It'll come back to you tenfold. But we're too busy with other things. We're too busy. What's going on in the world? Okay? The war in Iran. Who gives a shit? That war ain't going to end tomorrow. Okay? That's going to go on for a long time. Nancy Guthrie. What's going on there? P. Diddy. All these things we talk about, people get wrapped up. But there's nothing positive about none of it. While I was in the hospital, I did not watch the national news at all. Not at all. I felt great. I was walking in the hospital. All right, I had it. It's a quarter mile on the 4 north. Walk all around it. It's a quarter mile one time. I was walking there a mile a day. All right, in my hospital slippers, those socks they give you. Okay, I talked to everybody. I said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I stopped, I talked to the nurses. I see people in their rooms by themselves, some old, some young. They're not getting visitors. I could tell. They're there. They're dying all by themselves. Here they are. Some were older, lived an entire life, but they're laying there in a hospital bed, dying alone without anybody. Those nurses are the ones who are caring for them. But we just keep going. We keep getting involved in all this bullshit. All right? That brings nothing but negativity into our lives. We're lied to every day when you put the TV on and you listen to these politicians talk. I don't care what side you're talking about, red, blue, all right, in between, I don't give a shit. Okay? They're all lying. Okay? Look at how many billions they spent in this war, but they've done nothing for the American people. They keep promising the American people, and they're going to promise you a lot more because midterm elections are coming up. You could bet they're going to be promising you this, that, boom, boom. Yeah. Look what Newsom's already promising. He's running for president. Okay? He's acting like he won. Who knows? Maybe he will. Okay? But will the rest of the nation say, hey, look at what he did to California, how he destroyed the best state in the union? All right? He's going to do that to the country, destroy the entire country. But you people will vote for him, right? So you don't pay attention. You're more concerned about conspiracy bullshit and all this other crap. And we are the ones who suffer. But yet, we give billions and billions to the rest of the world. and they come out, they might give you $2,000. 2,000 measly freaking dollars. Okay? And you're happy and excited to get it. When they could give everybody a fucking $1,000,000. All right? And still not spend what the hell they did to go on war in another country. But you don't care. Or do you? Are you going to wake up? Are you going to see the reality of what's going on? So, like I told you, folks, I don't watch the national news. I don't watch the national news now. You know what I watch? I watch My Cousin Vinny with Al Pacino. I watched that movie 3 times while I was in the hospital. I was there almost a week, 6 days. I was in the hospital. I watched My Cousin Vinny 3 times. One of the best movies Joe Pesci ever did. Okay, that was incredible. Oh my God! All right, the acting that he did in it there, that was better than what he did in Goodfellas, Casino, and all these other movies. And to me, that was the best. Joe Pesci did a great, great job, and I got to salute him for that. Kept me laughing in the hospital. I could tell you that much. Okay. And I try now to keep things, watch something that's going to make me laugh. Okay. Because what these people are doing in Washington, they're not ever going to do anything for me or you. Never. So I come to realization of that there. You might like it, don't like it. I don't care. I got to make myself happy. I don't know how much time I have left on this earth. So why should I be thinking of negativity? I want to think of positivity. All right. I want to leave something behind that's positive. If I help one person out, I achieved something. One, I achieved it. So, folks, pay attention, be kind to others. Do not forget all these people who chose to be in the healthcare profession. With everything I've done in life, folks, the one good thing that I have is I have my insurance so that if I get sick, I'm taken care of. I pay dearly for that insurance, like you all do. But you don't see members of either party coming up with a plan that's going to help all of us with our health care. They got no plan. Neither side. They can't come to terms. They can't come to terms on whether today's Wednesday or is it Friday. Okay? I do know it's Wednesday. They don't know it's Wednesday yet. And if there was Wednesday, it is Wednesday, they will agree to disagree that it's not Wednesday. That's the nitwits we've been putting in office. And some people praise them, think they're God. They are not. They're robbing your money every day, and you put up with it. And based on that note, folks, I'm going to say have a great day. All my love and respect to you all. Remember, be kind to others. It'll come back to you. Thank you.